Hi everyone, hope you're doing okay. Today I'd like to talk about watching the news. Very often when I talk to clients who are experiencing anxiety and depression, they tend to watch a lot of the news. So today I'd like to talk about whether or not that's a useful thing to do and whether or not it's beneficial. Why do people watch the news so much? Why do people feel the need to find out what's going on all the time? I'm not just talking about watching it in the evenings when you come from work just for a few minutes when there's the 6 o'clock news or the 9 o'clock news later on in the evening. I'm talking about when you obsessively have to have it on all the time. In the mornings when you're going on getting ready for work, in the when you drive to work you've got the news on, when you're back home from work you've got it on, just before you go to bed you're watching the news, then you're reading on the internet. You obsessively, constantly need to find out what's going on. The problem with that when you're experiencing anxiety and depression is that it's not going to make you feel any better, is it? It's all going to bring you down. What's happening with Brexit, all the terrorist attacks, Donald Trump being elected, whatever it is that's bringing you, what's getting to you, it's not going to make you feel better constantly watching the news. And the thing is, a lot of people don't know, not aware that the news is just on to get ratings. It's another ratings thing. It's another program on the television. It's about selling news. Bad news sells better than news. Good news. No one's going to be that interested in hearing a celebrity celebrating 25 years of marriage or someone deciding to start meditating or anything like that. But you sell Brad and Jolie, Brad, what do you call it, Brad and Jolene getting a divorce. Everyone wants to listen to that, do that, don't they? Bad news sells, and they know that by having bad news on the news, we're more likely to watch it. But what is all of that doing to you? What is all of that doing to your emotions? And it's not uplifting you, is it? I mean, I don't watch the news a lot myself. I don't find the need to. People are always telling you what's going on anyway. You read it, you can read it in the internet and listen to news not more than once a day. And if it flips on the radio, if I'm there, that I don't deliberately, obsessively go and watch the news because I don't see the point. Because at the end of the day, I can't change what's happening. It's also useful to know what's going on. It's sad to hear some of the things that are going on, but I cannot change what's happening. So, what's the point of letting it get me down? As I said, I do find that a lot of people experiencing anxiety and depression that they do tend to watch the news a lot. But I've just got a few tips and ideas that you can do just to manage that because it is going to make you feel worse. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about that. Number one, limit your news watching to no more than one a day. It don't, nothing's going to change that much in one day. So just limit to one news reading once a day. Either watch the 6 o'clock or the 7 o'clock or the one that comes at 4 o'clock. Don't watch all of them, just one of them. Choose one and just watch the one a day, and that's it. And don't listen to anything else. Number two, don't watch it in the mornings. I suggest if you're going to watch any news, don't watch any news in the morning. When you're waking up, your brain is it's quite a vulnerable time when you're just waking up and you're getting ready for work. I don't know if some people feel quite stressed if you've got a stressful job. To add to that stress with news as well, bad news, it's just going to make you feel worse. So try not to listen to the news first thing in the morning. Avoid any news. Just listen to something uplifting, an uplifting video, some nice music, or nothing at all. But just avoid listening to news first thing in the morning. If you are experiencing anxiety and depression and are really, really low, I would suggest number three, not watching it altogether. But if you feel that you need to watch the news or find out what's going on, reading it off the internet, you can detach yourself a little bit because you're not caught up in emotions of seeing those visual pictures that they often show on the news. When you hear them say the next picture you're going to watch is quite disturbing, oh, you think, oh God, what's going to happen? You won't have that. So, reading a newspaper article is there's less of an emotional attachment to that. So I would suggest reading it if you want to find out what's going on off the internet. You can also listen to the radio. I mean, the radio is only on for a few minutes and they can only limit it to a few things and it's only brief and it's only a flash. And so just listen to the radio as opposed to watching the news and watching, as I said, anything that's quite disturbing. And my suggestion that I mentioned it before is you don't need to watch the news, especially to begin with when you're quite really, really stressed anyway. You don't need to watch it. You're not going to change anything. You're not able to do anything about what's happening. So you don't need to watch it. If there's anything that's going to affect you, somebody will let you know, I'm sure of it. But on a whole, what's happening in the world, if you're in a difficult situation right now and you're in emotional distress or already yourself, you don't need anything to add to that. I would avoid the news altogether until you're feeling strong enough to manage it. I hope you find that useful. I enjoy doing that because I just think a lot of people watch the news and there's no need for it. It's just so much negative stuff that's on there, and negativity sells more than positivity, I'm afraid. And if they're not thinking about us when what they're putting on the news, they're just going to put on what they know is going to make them look better. So you just take care of yourself and what's best for you. And I'll see you in my next video.